The owner of this made a huge mistake. This right here is a 2002 Polaris Edge 600X. Now, most of the time, these Polaris Liberty 600 engines are very reliable, very tough engines. This thing's only got 4,200 miles on it. And yeah, it's not good. I'll show you what's going on. She turns over, but barely. The owner of this sled left it idling for over an hour. He was planning on going for a ride with this thing. So he started it up, idled it, left it running, but he forgot about it and he left it running for an hour long. For those of you guys that know sleds, you know you can't do that and it's gonna do some serious damage. For those of you that are not familiar with sleds, the only thing that cools the coolant system, these are liquid cooled engines. The only thing that cools the coolant down, there's no radiator with a fan on these. So under here, you have a heat exchanger where your coolant runs through. What happens is the snow gets pushed onto that heat exchanger and it cools the sled down. So if you leave these two-stroke snowmobile engines just idling, what's gonna happen is the coolant is gonna circulate through the system, but there's no way to cool it down. It's gonna overheat, do some major damage. Let's check out the damage. All right, we'll go ahead and open up the hood here. All right, so for one, we lost a lot of coolant. It's still dripping out. The most noticeable thing is the power valves here. The plastic actually got so hot that it melted right there. Yeah, that's not good. Same thing, this side looks like it started to melt. The top of this is supposed to be painted and the paint got so hot that it actually burnt off. That's not good. You can tell, I can tell, maybe you guys can't on the video, but I can tell this pipe is super white, which means overheating. Let's start tearing the engine down and see the damage. These engines are very easy to rip down, so it won't take too long here. Even the temp sensor here got melted. Man, she got hot. Springs. Another coolant hose. Plug wires. Now we'll pull the cylinder head off. She's on there. Oh, cylinder heads look okay. Pull the cylinders off now. This cylinder's about had it. Both are pretty rough. Wow, not great. Wow, look how hot that pin got right there. That metal is blued. Even these connecting rods get very hot. You can see how blued it is. I don't know if we're gonna repair or replace. Piston's completely shot, obviously. This one, same way, extremely hot, very hot. And if we check out these cylinders, definitely got very hot in there and scarred. That one, it's got a lot of aluminum material on it. This one's not as bad. But it's still, I'm still able to pick it up with my fingernail. So a hone wouldn't fix this, unfortunately. Yeah. I mean, maybe, I don't know. This one, certainly not. Look at the O-ring, completely burnt. Whew. Yeah, glued right onto that cylinder. She's rough. At this point, the only thing I can do is go price some parts for this thing to see how much it would cost to rebuild it versus buying a used engine, because I don't think he's going to want to throw a brand new engine in this. It's an older machine, you know, maybe find a used engine or something. He said he found a couple for $700. That would probably definitely be the cheaper way to go. We'll see which way we go. A very expensive lesson he learned here. Never leave a snowmobile idle in that long.